Okay, I changed the cutter diameter in the program. I'm just looking at the focus to see. There. I hope that's in focus, because that's what it is when I'm looking at it. All right. So let's try it again here. Let's try running the graphics first. Let's see what we get for that. Looks good. Should do the boss first. Nope, not enough clearance. I'm not out far enough. She's going to hit the vise. Shoot. So now I got to go through all those steps again and move it out that way. And build the boss in the right spot. Darn it. Alright, well, my Y is fine, and my Z, or my X, if I can just move it over, if I can move it over a distance, it's 4 inches, 810 from there. Well, that's about where I want it. Right there. Well, I'm going to cut away here, and I'm going to go through all the things that I went through to set that up, moving it that way about 200 thou. So I'll be back. Okay. I moved it over a couple hundred thou. So let's see what we do now. And I reset my zero line, my zero set line. That's looking good. Now it should be 200 thou that way, so it should clear the vise. Yeah. Ta-da! Now, you'll see there's just a little tit hanging on there, which I will get rid of with a file. I'm just getting, let's just grab a file and I will knock that off of there. I could slow the feed rate down a little bit. It would be less of a break off, or the less that I have to file down. I'm sure I'm all out of focus because I'm focused to that length to the vise. So you're probably not seeing this real well. I'll show you when I get done here. This is, you got to remember, this is the setup part, so it's not going to look like it's really supposed to look. All right, let's see if I can look around the camera here and show you if I can focus it into that. But you can see and when it's in here, doesn't want to go in. I need to do some deburring yet. But anyway, it's looking like it's supposed to, so let's do a real one. Let's focus back into the vise. Right there. Let's do another short one. This is just a tooling tab, or tooling. Put my hand in it, I don't want to blow it against my truck. Alright, we need another 310, right? I can use this here. Just put it on the other side. Duh. Not thinking here. I think I'm going to slow that feed rate down though. It's kind of a aggressive feed rate that I've got going on. And it doesn't have to be that aggressive. Especially the last pass. Let's see what I can do here real quick. Nothing real quick, right? Alright, we were running 10 here. I'm going to divide it in half. 5. We are going to go 5. Feed 5. 5. Feed 15. Ooh. It's now 5. 10 is now 5. 5, 5. Oh, there's a 15. Is now 5. 10 is now. I'm just going through changing all the feed rates down to 5. I was running at 15 there on some of it. 5. Oops, there's a 10. 5. 15 to a 5, 10 to a 5, 5, 10 to a 5. All right, I'm go through it one more time, just check to make sure I got them all. 5, 5, 5, 5. Oop, missed one here. 5. Missed another one here. Well, it's nice to know if I miss them. All it'll do is it'll just go a little faster, and we ran it at the faster feed rate, and it ran fine, other than when it kicked off the part. If I'm going a little slower, it'll be a little less to deal with at the end. All right, I'm gonna just lock down, draw, make sure everything looks still looks okay, and here we go. So, got to turn my ports back on. Now we're gonna go. Yes, a lot slower, but that's fine. You know, we winged around that pretty quick. And I'm not running the machine to make money, so I don't need to run that fast. Like I say, if I was doing this to make a buck, yeah, I'd go as fast as I can. And then again, I'd be making money to buy new windmills. I'm thinking that my X needs to be shifted over a couple thou. I'll show you a part that they gave me a drawing for, and I had to prototype. I'm not going to tell you what it's for because I can't. Because I signed a waiver and I can't tell you that. But I think I can show you it. I just did. If you don't know what it's for, it really doesn't mean anything to you other than it looks kind of cool. All right. So now the little tick that when it kicked it off is a lot smaller, a lot better finish underneath, and we'll just knock that off of there. Ow. Well, I'm going to have to sit down at the bench and do this. It's trying to stand here and do this. It doesn't work real well. Plus I'm using way too big a file for this. I should be using a pattern file or a needle file. I got the one end. Could get this with a Dremel tool too, real quick. A lot quicker than my well, you'll get the idea anyway of what it looks like. I'll show you here. I'm knocking the burrs off of the, and we'll see if I got one here that's been deburred up. I don't know. I deburred one or two and that I quit. Yeah, this one hasn't been deburred yet. Trying to knock the burrs out of the little tower. There you go. Now let's see if I can zoom in on this. Small little parts, but they'll come out looking all right. And we're all kind of off to the races here. Let's see if I can find another short one. I need to put a shield up right here. And I think there wasn't there 3 or 4 smaller ones? Here's another smaller one. Slide that in there. Hold her down. Clamp her down. And I'm trying to fit one in here. She's pretty tight. I'll have to do a little pattern filing on them. Plus I have to tap that hole. I'll have to knock the burrs off around them and then tap that hole. Knock that spud off. Wonder if I can just break it. It's just a little tiny spud. If I could grab a hold of it, I could probably just break it right off. Just like that. And break off most of the hanging burrs with pliers. I hope everybody out there is not getting bored with this. These little parts take a while to make. You know, it sometimes they're not, and sometimes I'm not the quickest. So this, I put that up here. I'm looking for something to just put up here to kind of block the chips. All right, and so now, I think that was the last long one, or short one I mean. So we have to go to the long ones next. Let's see. 50, they're 40 thou longer, these. Oh, here's another one. They're 310 or 350. This is a 310. Okay, I turned the autofocus back on. Camera had stopped. I'm getting roasted out here. The furnace is running and it's blowing right down on me here. It's hot. It was nice outside yesterday and not so nice today. I don't know what it's supposed to be like tomorrow. right along. Four left. Four left to do. Getting tired of watching it go around and around yet? It's just about supper time. I want to finish these up. So. And like I say, tomorrow we'll be working on the pins. Let's see if I can find it in the drawings. There's the valves. Not finding it. There's one sheet I thought that had a lot of pins and stuff on it. There we go. Rocker shaft. I'll have to see if I have some miniature E-clips or small E-clips left. I used them on the V8. That's how they I retain the valves. The valve keepers on that were nothing more than E-clips with caps that slid over top of them, which worked. They work good. There's nothing wrong with them. And that's why I'm thinking about doing the same thing here on this. I'm not sure yet. It would be maybe less work than the way they're doing it with actual tapered keepers. Which that alone is 1, 2, well, about 3 setups for that. So we'll see. We'll see if I want to do them that way or not. I've been noted to change things. Get a drawing and I don't like it, so I change it. But that's half the fun of model work, is you can change it to around the way you want, as long as it works. As long as in the end it works. And when I was working, I couldn't do that a lot of times. You had to do it just the way they showed you. Just the way the drawing calls out. No more, no less. When I look at these drawings for the models, I look at them as guidelines. You know, it's a guideline at how the motor was built. So How you want to interpret it is totally up to you. And I know it may offend the person that drew up the drawing, but I'm sorry, you know, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the way they do it. It's just that I don't want to do it that way. Like on my V8, I put rail lifters in, or rockers in, that are all on a rail rather than individual. So my rocker setup is totally different to what the drawing calls out. And I hope it didn't offend anybody. But me changing it around. But that's, like I say, that's part of having fun with it. I actually should have moved that stop back about 5 to 10 thou. It would have eliminated a lot of deburring, because it's leaving that lip all the way around, which is telling me that it's not quite, the stop is not quite, the set point is not quite right. It should be out just a tad. But I got them done now, just about. We'll just sit at the bench and deburr them. See, what I'm talking about is right around the edge of them. It leaves that flashing that I'm going to have to sand off. And if I would have moved it over, you know, 5 to 10 thou, it wouldn't have hurt anything, and it would have done away with that. But I only got one more to do. So, and there's no way I can go back and redo them that way. Once they're off the tooling tab, they're off the tooling tab. But I can take the Dremel tool and go around them, or pattern file and go around them, and no big deal. I had the urge to get one of my V8s down and run it today, and I didn't. Maybe this week sometime. These are going to look pretty nice though, once they're deburred and everything. I think they're going to look pretty nice on there. Okay, so I'm going to use the one that we just did for the spacer. I'll use the one we just did. I'll set that over here. Now you can, if you look real close here, you can see how much my vise actually gives. It looks like a good 50 thou. And granted, it's not a Kurt vise, so. But as long as you remember to put something in on the other side that matches what you're clamping out like this, you can get away with it. Just about time to clean up the machine and go in and have supper. Last part. Tomorrow I'll sit at the bench and do deburring. I don't know if I'll video any of that or not. Maybe. And then, like I say, I've got the material to do the pins here. It's for the material I bought is L12L14. I'm going to use that for the pins for this, the valve shafts or the valve stems. They're going to be silver soldered to the valve head. I can't remember what motor I done that on. If it was the V8 that I finally did that, or anyway, one of the motors I've done that too, and it worked out pretty good. Because you don't have to turn all that material down for the stem. The stem is already there. You just drill the hole in. You have material for the head, and drill the hole in it, part it off, silver solder it onto the stem, and I did a cleanup cut on the diameter, and then I turned the 45. And I actually made the 45 on the shy side like 44. That way you only have part of this. You don't have that whole surface as a valve seat. You only have one edge, and they seem to seal better that way. Well, that's it. That's all she wrote, folks. So now I'm going to go ahead and clean up the machine, vacuum up the chips, and call it quits. And if I come back tomorrow, it'll be sitting at the bench deburring. So until then, catch you guys later.